Hey, it's your girl Linda, Party Chef, and today we're going to be making my mama's pound cake recipe. This is the very first pound cake that I learned how to bake. Let's jump into it. As you see, first of all, it's important that we have everything that we need at our fingertips, which is called mise en place. It is a French term. We want to make sure we're not running back and forth to the cabinet, back and forth to the refrigerator, to make sure that we have what we need. Listen, please also do subscribe and like. We have great new videos coming your way to teach you how to level up your baking and culinary skills. Let's get started with the recipe. So first we're going to need 2 sticks of unsalted butter, which I have right here, which is room temperature. We're going to put it into our bowl. Of course, I've already washed my hands. I'm going to get all of the butter off of here into the bowl. We're not leaving anything behind, okay? All right, next we need 8 ounces of cream cheese. I always use Philadelphia cream cheese. It makes a difference in the taste of your pound cake. Keep that in mind. Into the bowl. Again, we're going to make sure we have all of the cream cheese in here. Okay. We're going to lift this up and we're going to begin mixing a little bit, and then I'll come back. This recipe calls for 2 cups of granulated sugar, which we're going to first measure into a separate container. Once it is measured into the separate container, we'll take that container and then pour that sugar gradually into the mixing bowl. Keep in mind that measuring is important, so do your best to make sure that it is level and not heaping. It's easier to measure sugar than it is flour, but you'll see how we're going to measure that in just a few moments. Again, measuring is very important. Here I have 2 cups of sugar, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt since we have unsalted butter. You can mix the salt and the sugar together, it's okay. We're going to begin pouring in our sugar slowly. We're going to scrape down our bowl, which is also very important. We want to scrape down to make sure everything is incorporated. And we're just going to scrape down to the bottom, all the way down and around to make sure everything gets mixed properly. And we're going to set this up, and we want it to mix for about 5 minutes. We'll come back in 5 minutes. Flour, we don't dip in like that. We're going to use the spoon and scoop in. Then we're going to level it off. The offset spatula. 1 cup. Cups. We're going to start adding our eggs. We have 6 large eggs. In the baker's kitchen, we normally use large eggs only. 1 at a time. You want to make sure you don't see any more eggs before you add the next one. scrape down the bowl again. Scraping the bowl and the beater. Keep this space clean. We're going to scrape down one more time and then we're going to begin adding our flour. We have our flavoring also, lemon, and we have a Madagascar bourbon vanilla. This is actually a vanilla bean. Use regular vanilla. We're going to start adding in our flour. We're going to put the mixer on low. Again, a little more. Don't want to overmix because that creates a tough cake. Want to get all of the flour off, so scrape down the bowl again and continue mixing. We're going to add our flavoring now. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, of lemon first, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. If you don't like vanilla, you can use all lemon. If you don't like lemon, you can use all vanilla. Okay, 1 teaspoon. My oven is already preheated on 325 degrees. I'm going to scrape down. I want to make sure that everything is fully incorporated. And we're going to mix just for another 30 seconds or so. Again, we don't want the cake to be tough. While that's mixing, I want my pan here. I have a Bundt pan, and we're going to spray it. That's it on my mixing, okay? I'm going to spray my pan. Make sure you spray all over so that the cake does not stick, okay? And now we're going to put our cake right into the pan. We want everything off of the mixer. We want everything off of the paddle. My hands are clean. I'm just going to go just like this. Okay. To get everything off. And there we go. Okay, we're going to just bring our spatula around and go up from the bottom to make sure it's all mixed in, and we're going to go right into the bowl. I can see the vanilla specks right here. Looks very good. All right, we're just going to go around. We want to scrape all of our mixture into our pan. Okay. Now what I do is take this offset spatula and just even it out a little bit. Just like so. I like to taste the batter. Very good. Tastes just like Mama used to make. Now I'm gonna tap this a little bit on the counter. Just like that to get all the air bubbles out. Into the oven we're gonna go for about an hour. Then we'll check it. An hour at 325 degrees. We'll come back and show you the finished product. Now that our cake has come out of the oven, we're going to let it sit in the pan for 10 minutes to cool. After it has cooled, we're going to turn it over onto a wired rack to finish cooling before we add the finishing touches to our pound cake. Again, the pound cake has baked for an hour. If it's not done, you can just do it in increments of 5 minutes or more until it is completely baked. Now, it is my opinion that a pound cake should always be served with a finishing touch, whether it's a powdered sugar finish or a sugar glaze. Again, that's just my opinion. I will never serve a pound cake bare unless that's what the customer asks for in this particular case. So I'm just going to take the powdered sugar and sprinkle it all over the cake. And this is what my mom normally did for her finishes. This is the recipe that, again, I learned baking from my mom. This is the basic recipe that she baked all of the time and would just add a powdered sugar topping to the cake. Let's cut into the cake to see what this crumb looks like. Again, the cake is fully cooled when I added the powdered sugar. There you have it. This is our basic pound cake, which is a cream cheese pound cake recipe. Again, if you're enjoying what you're watching, please do like, follow, subscribe for more.